Hello, it's Mo in the Keto Kitchen for Matthew's Friends. Now today I'm going back to basics in some ways. I'm going to do a 4-to-1 recipe which will show that you can have a baked item on the 4-to-1 without it being greasy, and it's also nut-free. We're getting more and more requests for nut-free recipes because of the problems at school, etc. So I'll start by using coconut. Now, coconut is okay when you're nut-free, but if you don't like coconut, there are other things that you can use that are nut-free, and one of them is fibre flour. Now this, of course, does have more carb than coconut, and it also has more protein, but if you're on a different ratio, it's easy to adapt, and it is a very useful ingredient. So that's fibre flour, and it is nut-free. So we put the coconut in, and here is simply some soft butter. And this is the banana content. Now this is when you can see that it is a 4-to-1 recipe. It's just small amounts, 11 grams of banana, but it's nice. And if you want to increase the flavour of the banana, then you can use some Da Vinci banana syrup or another sugar-free banana syrup just to enhance it a bit. But see, that just smashes down nicely. Just pop that in. Get it all because it's precious. There. Now also we have Philadelphia cheese. Now this is very good because you get the fat content, and it's not greasy. And here I've got barcat and a little cinnamon. Now I've just chosen to use cinnamon today just for a little bit of flavour, but you can use lemon essence, orange essence, or as I said, banana syrup. The choice is yours. A little bit of egg. Now I'm going to use a squeeze of good old Hermesitas today just to sweeten it. But I'd like to show you this. Now this is Sucrine Gold, and it's a really fine brown artificial sweetener, and it's got quite a nice flavour. It smells like soft brown sugar to me, so it would be good in this recipe, but it would be really, really good when you're making cookies and biscuits. Ginger biscuits, I mean, it'd be really, really good for that. So that's a new find. I haven't used it up until this year. It is a bit pricey, but it is very nice. So a squirt of Hermesitas for today. We find that people have their own taste for this. Some have a lot, some have a little. And because it's all nice and soft, it'll all mix in fairly easily. You can batch these up. I mean, I'm just making one little sample today, but they batch up really, really easily. They freeze beautifully, and they make a nice breakfast, supper, packed lunch. I mean, one of these is a complete 4-to-1 meal. So it's nice and easy just to grab one out the freezer and use as a school packed lunch. Save you a lot of time. We find that most of the mums these days are getting brilliant at having a batch day cook up. We love seeing all the photographs that they send to us on Facebook. So there, that's ready to go into its little pan. And it is little. I'm using a little loaf tin. You don't have to use one of these. You can just use a muffin mould if you prefer to do that. But if you do use a tin, I find it's best just to put a little bit of parchment in so you don't get any stuck in the bottom. So in it goes. Right, so that's ready to go in the oven, preheated to 190, 170 if it's a fan, gas mark 5, and it'll take about 15 minutes. Now that's if you do it in this size. A good idea for this is to make little snacks from it, so you can divide it into 4 equal portions and cook it in the little mini cupcake silicone moulds. They're brilliant, and you'll have ready-made treats. They're useful for supper time or maybe just as a little dessert. And if you have divided it equally into 4, then each one will only have 1 gram of carb. So they're very, very useful.